Welcome back to Mustache Moto. It's Ben, and today's video is gonna be shocking. All right, obviously we got a new suspension system going in on the R1250 GSA. I went with the TracTive suspension. My front shock was blown at about 38,000 miles.
What's this? An oily drip. Oh, there's a drop of oil on the bottom of the shock. Looks like Uta needs a little suspension rebuild or replacement.
I decided to go ahead and redo the front and the rear because the BMW shocks are not rebuildable, which is pretty crummy. So this is expensive. This is about a $3,000 purchase. The rear shock has to go into TracTive. Well, I did it through Ted's Beamer shop, Ted Porter's Beamer shop. You send the rear shock to them. They take the motor off, the ride height motor, and replace it on the new shock. That saves you about $1,000, actually, I think it was. So definitely want to do that. I'm not going to do a full install video. I mean, basically, you pull everything apart. You know, it's only a couple of bolts for the shock, but you got to get in there and get wires out and all sorts of stuff. That's just kind of tedious. I'm going to get it done because I want to get out there and ride on these things and see if the upgrade and the replacements were worth it. So let's get to it. So the first thing I noticed after I installed the shocks and sat on the bike is when I sat on it, the bike actually dropped. There's actually some rider sag to the bike. Now I'm only 125 pounds. The stock springs were way oversprung for me and it was wooden. I got on the bike, it didn't drop at all. This is gonna obviously put the suspension in a better position to actually work in the plane that it's supposed to. And that's one of the things when you order your shocks from Ted Porter's Beamer shop is they give you a whole questionnaire about your weight, the gear you wear, how much luggage you use, whether you ride two up, the style of riding you do, and then they adjust the shocks. They set them up just for you, for your weight, for your style of riding. And I think that's going to make a big difference. On back roads, highways, interstate, commuting, I'm really not noticing much difference between the TracTives. I've got it in road mode, by the way. The TracTives and the stock shocks. Even the stock shocks with the blown front that I had. It feels about the same. I mean, I still feel the seams in the road and cracks. The little thump, thump, thump. I hit those. Doesn't really handle any different. It's basically the same beast. Not much different. That's a little disappointing. I kind of wanted to feel like a big easy chair. Set it on road mode and have it be like I'm riding on clouds and not bumping at all. Thank you. But that's just not the way it is. It's the same thing as it was before. All right. Okay, first dirt on the new shocks. What I'm set on enduro. Turn my traction control off. What I'm really most interested to see is how it does, you know, on washboard. It really was not hooking up well at all. So I'm interested to see if it's going to do better. Just kind of bounced around. Let's see how rough it gets. I'm not sure how rough this road is going to be. Okay, little bumps. That's better than before. Give Kieran a little space. That's pretty rough, and it's staying hooked up. As I said before, I've got 50/50 tires on, but they're pretty old. They're definitely squared off. Yeah. Oh, that rock was big. And it took it. Man, that high-speed compression, way better. That would have bounced me hard. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right. I got a big smile now, because... Woohoo! It took me a second to really think about it, but that thing, that looked big. And it just sucked it up.
Well, how does that feel?
Wow. So, okay, the three things that I noticed. One is when you got kind of washboard or real bumpy, especially uphill when you're on the gas.
Yeah.
Before I was, like the engine, I could hear it, wow, 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 as the wheel hopped and spun.
It's holding it now.
Just held it, except for some big ones.
Yeah.
All right. Towards the end, I realized downhill, especially on washboard and bumpy, I was braking hard and there was no slippage. The ABS wasn't kicking in. It was following the contours. And then the third thing is, like, I was going a little too fast and there was a big rock in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I hit that thing square, right over it. So, like, the potholes, instead of swerving around them, if I gave it a little gas just to take the weight off the front end,
Just to lift over.
it was almost smooth. I mean, like, if I went slower, you know, there was definitely a front end jolt, but otherwise it just right on over it. I'm pretty impressed. I mean, I think...
Weave around the holes.
Yeah. I think if, honestly, I think if I was riding faster, if I had more skill, it would do even better. Because I think that high-speed damping, when it hits a sharper bump or hits it faster, it really absorbs better. But I ain't got the balls for that. All right, we're about to get into some proper twisties. I'm set to dynamic. Let's see how these TracTive shocks do. Okay. So far, so good. A little taste. About to get nice and tight. Okay. All right, let me get a couple more turns in here, and then we'll talk about this, because I think I'm liking this. That guy spooked me a little bit, but oh my goodness. Okay, let me concentrate on these turns. Woo, shit. Okay, one more set coming up. All right, so yeah, hang on, I'll tell you in a second. I mean, it's like I can just lean into it and just keep leaning without fighting the bike, without, oh, hang on, without it feeling skittish or like I'm pushing the bike. I mean, I don't feel like I'm pushing the bike at all. Hang on a second. Let me get through these turns. Okay, sorry. Hit the yellow mustard on that one. I was just not paying attention, trying to talk to you. Oh. Okay. I'm loving this. The bike feels so solid and so planted. According to the Chi, which reads off of the BMW, I'm hitting about 45-degree lean angle on the turns. I don't know if that's accurate or not. And like I said, I mean, I don't even feel like I'm pushing the bike at all, or my limit. Well, no, I'm not pushing my limits at all. I mean, this is just like walking the park, and I do believe this is probably about as fast as I would hit it before I replaced the shocks, but felt like I was really nailing it. And now I just feel like I'm just like butter, like a hot knife, warm butter. Oh, baby. Oh, that's at 47% or 47-degree turn. Okay. All right. These things rock. I was a little, I was wondering if I had done the right thing. You know, I need to slow down a little bit here, sorry. On the highway around town, it didn't really feel much different than the stock shocks, even with the blown out front. But holy crap, in these twisties, when things start getting sporty, I mean, I'm on 50/50 tires, and the rear one is probably within 1,000 miles the end of its life, and it's squared off badly. And this sucker just rolls right in anyway. I've got new tires, more road-oriented tires, like 80/20s, I think, that I was going to put on, but I wanted to wait because I wanted to really do an apples-to-apples comparison, since I've been riding on these Mitas tires for quite a while. I kind of had an idea what they felt like on the road, and holy crap, it's night and day difference. So confidence inspiring, so smooth, so easy to ride. Oh, I'm grinning like the village idiot. I gotta be careful so I don't get myself a ticket. Whee!